So you work, which
Yes.
airlines do you work for?
Malawian Airlines.
Wait, I'll just M. How would you spell it? M-A? Hmm. Hmm. Hmm.
Malawian.
Acha,
Malaw
Malayan airline. Okay.
Malawian Airlines. Yes.
Okay, very good, very good. Okay.
Sure,
So how
sure.
you so you enjoy interacting with
Yes.
the
Every day meeting new people. It's very
hmm.
interesting.
So your flight is from which destination to which destination? Like
We
usually?
Yes, so we fly to South Africa every day.
Huh.
We
From?
fly from Malawi to South Africa. It's every day.
Okay, okay.
Yes, we
How what
fly.
is the like timing? Like usually for how what is like how long it takes?
Yeah, it's 2 hour flight, so it's like 4 hours in a day. We to and fro.
Mhm. To and fro. Okay. So
Yes,
where do you stay? Where do you stay?
me, I stay in the capital, Lilongwe.
What is what is the name of
Capital
the place?
Lilongwe.
Capitus.
Capital
Lilongwe.
city, Lilongwe. Yes,
Lilongwe. Okay. So
sure.
you are located at Lilongwe, right? That's your
Lilongwe.
location.
Yes,
Okay. And
sure.
every day, I mean, you have a flight like 4 hours, like from South Africa to Malayan, right?
Yes, every day.
Okay, I'll try to find, that's really nice. So,
Sure.
uh, so your this airlines, what is the capacity of the seat? How many capacity seats,
Yes,
the flight seats?
we have two planes.
Hmm.
That's two Boeing's aircraft.
Two
One
Boeing.
is
Okay.
yes, one is
Hmm.
737-800.
Hmm.
That one has a capacity of 154 people.
Okay.
We have another Boeing
Huh.
737-700.
Huh.
That one has a capacity of 116.
Okay. Good. That's
Yes,
so
we all,
sometimes, okay. Good. Acha,
sure,
I
sure.
see.
Yes,
Hmm. So usually you flight in the morning, or I mean your timings. What are your
yes.
timings?
Timings it's like the whole day. So we leave Lilongwe at 8 in the morning.
Hmm.
We knock off at 4:30 in the afternoon.
Okay. Acha,
Yes,
good.
sure,
That's
sure.
good, huh?
Yes, it
So today I'll see how your that you told about the airlines. You fly from South Africa to Malayan, right? And you
yes,
also stay in Lilongwe, right? The
yeah, yeah,
location where you are.
yes,
Okay, I'll
Lilongwe.
do some exploration. I'll check in the website and find. Okay.
All right, okay, no problem.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, acha. Amrita, you
Thank,
have any question? Amrita, you have raised your hand. You have any
Good
question?
afternoon, ma'am. Good
Good
afternoon, ma'am.
afternoon. Yes, yes, tell me.
Ma'am, yes, ma'am. Ma'am, I have enrolled for the program Diploma in Tourism Studies.
Hmm.
And actually, in the year 2008, I have
Hmm.
already completed T1, T3, T6, and
Hmm.
T7. So,
Okay.
what is the process of getting the course credit?
See, what happened, Amrita? You can contact. You are from which place? From
I'm
Orissa.
from Bhubaneswar. Yes, ma'am.
So you can get in touch with the regional center.
Regional Center, Bhubaneswar.
Right, right. So they can guide you in that way, right?
Okay. Also, I mean, it's possible, na? Like, I can get the course credit.
Yes, yes. You have completed. I mean, you have already given your exams, term and exams. You have
Yes,
submitted your
yes, yes,
assignment.
yes, 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 yes,
So you contact the regional center. You stay in Bhubaneswar?
yes, yes. I'm staying in Bhubaneswar.
Yes, so you contact the regional center. You know the location.
I'll find out. I'll find out, man. I can find
Where do you
out.
stay?
I stay in Patia area in Bhubaneswar.
So it is near Hotel Swasti Premium. You have seen Hotel Swasti
Swasti.
Premium?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
yes.
ma'am. I am
So
aware.
if you are coming from Patia, the the previous turn, I mean, is the
Yes.
that you have
Yes,
this.
ma'am.
Okay,
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can find that location
so
easily.
it's easy to find. So I told you the location. You can go and contact the regional center. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Thank you
Okay.
so
Thank.
much.
Okay. Thank you so much. So, Zamzami, how are you? Doing good? So I'll start the class, right? Okay. Mm, so a very good morning to all the learners. So today we'll be learning about the unit 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, which comprises of India's biodiversity, landscape, environment, as well as ecology. See, we have one another, TS 5, that which comprises of environment and ecology. So there it is, in depth, the study materials are there. But this unit 17, you can, some highlights are there about the environment as well as the ecology. Now, Unit 18 is all about seasonality and destinations. Unit 19 is on maps as well as charts, which are very much necessary if you're in the tourism field. And then there is tourism marketing, that is the Unit 20 and 21. Okay, it comprises of tourism marketing, two units. Uh, so coming to the unit like 17, this is basically we learn about geography and ecological of India, season and destinations. We do have what is marketing, importance of maps and charts, then marketing segmentation, then market research, why promotion advertisement is important in marketing a tourist destination. So what are the different modes of ways of promotion, and then plan and you have to evaluate promotional program. So in between I'll also show you some videos, like summarization. I'll show you some videos so it would be easy for you to capture whatever we have studied. Okay, so coming to India's biodiversity as environment and ecology. Like we'll be studying about subjects like landscape, ecology, and environment. So coming, India is seventh largest country in the world, and it is basically divided into geographical groups like the Himalayas. We have the Himalayas in the north, that extends from east to west, and having the world's highest mountain, that's the Mount Everest. We also do have the Kanchenjunga. Then we have Indo-Gangetic Plains, that is the most crowded landmass of the world, and the Triangular Peninsula, that is world's geographically oldest land features. It is still called as Gondwana. And of course, we also now it has we have India's coastline. It is around 8,000 with fine beaches, and India is also known for its various rivers like the Ganga, the Brahmaputra, the Kaveri, Narmada, Tapti, which flows through India. Okay. Now, these are some of the maps, where I'll be showing you about the biodiversity in India as I go across the slides. Now, India, when we talk about, we are also, India is also known for its flora and fauna. And we have, as I was talking about the Himalayas, India is home to the northern portion of the world's highest mountain range, that's the Himalayas. Then these mountains, form a natural barrier between India and the rest of Asia, and are known for their stunning peaks, then deep valleys. Then we also have the Thar Desert, which is, That's located in the state Rajasthan, and that's in the northwest of India. And it is one of the largest deserts in the world, and it is characterized by its hot climate, sand dunes, and the sparse vegetation. Then coming to the Ganges River, we have, which is the most sacred, considered as the most in India. It's known as the Ganga. So it is considered as the most sacred river in India, and of course, it is also you can see a lifeline of millions of people of a country. Okay, and what it originates in the Himalayas and flows through the northern plains of India, and then it empties, comes into the Bay of Bengal in the eastern part of India. And we have the western and eastern Ghats. Now, these mountain ranges run along the western and eastern coast of India, respectively, and they are well known for their biodiversity and are home to many unique plants as well as animal species. So, that is what is flora and fauna. Okay, and they also we have this Deccan Plateau. The Deccan Plateau is a large plateau along the Arabian, elevated region in the southern part of India, and it is characterized by its, we have flat-topped hills, then volcanic formations as well as fertile black soil. Then we have the coastal plains. India has a coastline along the Arabian Sea and the Bay of Bengal, which is being dotted with coastal plains, sandy beaches, as well as mangrove forest. India is also known for its mangrove forests, and there are also islands. Like India has several group of islands, including the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, in the Bay of Bengal, and we also do have the Lakshadweep Islands, which is also very popular, and that comes in the Arabian Sea. So these islands are known for their, pristine beaches, the coral reefs, and the diverse marine life. So there is also, if we talk about the, like India, we have 28 states and 28 states and 8 union territories. So it is a total of 36 entities. Okay, and we are very also proud to say that when coming to flora and fauna, we can also very proudly say that India is just 2% of the world's landmass, but is home to 8% of the world's diversity. I'm just repeating the statement. India is only 2% of the world's land mass, but is home to around 8% of the world's diversity, okay, biodiversity. Then India is also known for its mangroves. That is, mangroves is basically the thick forest. So it accounts for about 3% of the world's entire mangrove vegetation. So, out of 100%, in the world, it accounts for 3%. Okay, so and also it is one of the seven mega diverse countries in the world. Out of 35 biodiversity hotspots in the country, India has four biodiversity hotspots. So what are those four biodiversity hotspots? I haven't mentioned, but yes, you can just. So those four biodiversity hotspots are the Himalayas. I've told you about the Western Ghats, then the Indo-Burman region, as well as the Sundarban. Sundarban is basically, it comes under the, as I told you, Andaman and Nicobar group of islands. So Sundarban comes under the Nicobar group of islands. And at the same time, India is also home to 12% of the world's bird species. Okay, and India also ranks 10th among the planet rich countries of the world, where you will find 50% species of plants. There are hundreds persons, if out of 100, 50% species of plants are found in India. And it has one of the longest coastline also, and it's a home to nearly half of the world's aquatic plants. Okay, and like we have of course, because of this hotels and all these are coming, not only the hotels, the infrastructure development, there is environmental degradation. Well, now what it it has resulted it has resulted environmental degradation have now endangered the rich biodiversity of India, and at the same time it has also threatened the thousand species of plants. Okay, so I have just taken some, lines like from Nigeria also, because there are many students of that region. So the diversity of the countries, when we talk about Nigeria, the diversity of the country's natural ecosystem ranges from savanna to mountain forests, rich seasonal footprint environments. Then we have rainforest, vast freshwater swamp forest, and diverse coastal vegetations. And Nigeria's Niger Delta contains the largest tract of mangrove in Africa. Okay, now when we are talking about the fauna, there's enormous wealth of fauna spread all over the subcontinent, and India itself has more than 40,000 species. Reptiles. It is also known like around 500 plus species of reptiles. Then there are also birds, different types. We have this, all these wildlife sanctuaries. Then we have this forest, mangrove forest, where you'll find all these birds, reptiles, and insects. Then it has a lot of around more than 400 species of mammals. We have like Sundarban is known. I talked to you about that, is one of the four biodiversity hotspots in the country. Sundarbans. It is basically Sundarban. It. Mm, It is one of the four biodiversity hotspots in the country, and it is known for its Royal Bengal tigers. Okay, and it comes under the Nicobar group of islands. And as I told you, aquatic animals, because India has a long coastline, so it is home to nearly half of the world's aquatic plants, as well as animals also. So we have animals like leopards, tigers, white Royal Bengal tigers. Then we have this Himalayan black bear. Then elephant. Then one horn rhinoceros. That is also we have this which is we have this. Jim Corbett National Park, which is in Uttar Pradesh. So we also have this one horn rhinoceros that is also found in your Assam. Okay, so India is also known for the aquatic animals, as there's a vast coastline. And I have also told you, if you remember, the Chilka Lake, which is situated in the state of Orissa, where I belong to, and it is the largest brackish water lake in the country, in the Asia. It's the largest brackish water lake in the Asia, and it is home to many migratory birds, as well as dolphins, whales, and also people visit there to watch these dolphins. Of course, they are not. I mean, they are usually found in the middle of the lake. Okay, and coming to the environmental concerns, there's a loss of environmental wealth also, like vandalism, loot. So these all resulted in environmental degradation, as well as when infrastructure development has also resulted in environmental degradation. And so what happens, the forest and as well as the wildlife animals, that is the flora and fauna, they languished in neglect. So earlier, it's been the studies has shown that India lost around about 10% of recorded forest in 40 years of freedom, and there are wrong priorities and confused management added more to the already prevailing problems. So we need to conserve the nature. That is very important. See, when we talk about tourism, we have to develop particular destinations, but to develop, we have to build roads. That is infrastructure, not only construction of roads, that is transportation system for the mode of transport, but there are also, you need to have other facilities like hotels. Then you need to have restaurants. So when all these are growing up, when these are all coming up, there is also I mean the we also, at the same time, we also have to see that the wildlife is properly protected, properly preserved, so that we can save the Earth's flora and fauna, the natural environment. So that is what is very important. Okay, and of course, like all this lingering pandemic as well as endemic, they also developed culture of India still have compassion for fellow creature, whole nature in reserve. And there are this, poverty of the people, then the law abiding rules. So these you have to abide by the rules, regulations, how the nature has to be protected. So at one side, we have to think about how to reach a destination. So infrastructure has to be built, but on the other side we can build the infrastructure but without harming the natural flora and fauna of that particular region. We have to preserve. So there are parks, national parks are there, then sanctuaries are there, wildlife sanctuaries are there, national parks are there. There are some protected areas as well as world heritage sites around this, in a country which really needs to be properly conserved as well as preserved. So we also celebrate World Nature Conservation Day, that is being celebrated on 28th of July. Different organizations, they celebrate the day, like in planting, like plantations and all. So and various programs are also being held in all these organizations who are who are responsible for preserving the nature's nature earth. So before that, I have a small, like, before moving to this physical, I have a video. So you can have a you can watch this video, then you'll have a idea, like, as I have spoken you about the biodiversity as well as the physical features of the country. So you'll have an idea. 1 minute.
Do not create another PowerPoint presentation before watching this. If you spend more than 3 hours making
So this is about the physical features of India. So here we go.
India, location and physical features. The Indian subcontinent. India is situated in the southern part of the continent of Asia. It forms the Indian subcontinent along with its neighboring countries like Afghanistan, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, Maldives, and Bangladesh. India forms a strong geographical and political zone with these neighboring countries and is collectively referred to as the Indian subcontinent or South Asia. India on the globe. India lies in the northern hemisphere and in the eastern part of the globe. India has 9 neighboring countries. India shares its borders with China, Nepal, and Bhutan in the north, Afghanistan and Pakistan in the west, Bangladesh and Myanmar in the east. It shares its maritime boundary with Sri Lanka and Maldives in the south. Physical features of India. India has diverse physical features throughout its vast geographical expanse. To its north are the majestic Himalayas, while its southern part extends into the Indian Ocean as a peninsula. The Indian peninsula is flanked by the Arabian Sea on the west and the Bay of Bengal in the east. Extent of India. India stretches 3,214 kilometers from north to south and 2,933 kilometers from east to west. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands in the Bay of Bengal and Lakshadweep Islands in the Arabian Sea are also part of the Indian territory. The southernmost point of India is called Indira Point, and it is located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. The six major geographical regions of India: the northern mountainous region, or the Great Himalayan Range, the northern plains, or the Indo-Gangetic Plain, the desert region, or the Great Indian Desert, the Peninsular Plateau, or the Indian Plateau, the coastal lowlands, or the coastal plains, the islands, or the Indian Islands. Let us take a tour of all these regions. The Himalayan region.
I could see the whole world from up here. I feel like one of
It is a region of lofty snow-capped mountains with deep valleys. Many freshwater rivers originate here. The name Himalayas is derived from the Sanskrit word him and alaya. Him, that is snow, plus ale, that is abode or home, meaning abode of snow. The total length of the Himalayan range is roughly 2,400 kilometers. In India, it stretches from Jammu and Kashmir in the west to Arunachal Pradesh in the east. The Himalayan mountain range is a group of three parallel ranges running from the northwest to the northeast of India. The northernmost ranges are the Great Himalayas or Himadri. The next ones are Himachal or the Middle Himalayas, and the southernmost are the Shivaliks. Indo-Gangetic Plains. The North Indian Plains lie between the northern mountainous region and the Indian Plateau region. Himalayan rivers like the Ganges, Yamuna, and the Brahmaputra deposit rich silt in the plains, thus making this region very fertile. Naturally, a lot of crops are cultivated in this region. The Indo-Gangetic Plains are flat and even and extend to about 2,400 kilometers with a width of about 260 to 350 kilometers. Thar,
This is in
Great
Rajasthan.
Indian Desert. Thar, the Great Indian Desert, extends across the western boundary. This desert is situated in Rajasthan and covers two-thirds of its total area. Being a desert region, it is very hot, dry, and sandy, with very little cultivation of crops. The temperature ranges from less than 0 degrees centigrade in the winter up to 50 degrees centigrade during summers. The Thar is the world's seventh largest desert. The Peninsular Plateau. The Indian Peninsular Plateau covers most of the lower half of the country and lies in the south of the Indo-Gangetic Plains. The part that lies north of the Narmada River is called the Central Plateau. To the south of the Narmada River lies the Deccan Plateau. It is triangular in shape, sloping down from the west to the east. The Aravalis, the Vindhyas, and the Satpuras are the important mountain ranges in the northern part of the Peninsular Plateau. Rivers Narmada and Tapi flow in these regions and are west-flowing rivers. These drain into the Arabian Sea. The coastal plains. The western coastal plains lie between the Western Ghats, also called the Sahyadris, and the Arabian Sea, while the eastern coastal plains lie between the Eastern Ghats and the Bay of Bengal. The northern part of eastern coastal plain is called Northern Sircars, and the southern part is called Coromandel Coast. The northern part of the western coastal plains is known as Konkan Coast, while its southern part is called the Malabar Coast. The islands of India. The Andaman and Nicobar Islands are estimated to be more than 570 islands, of which 38 are inhabited. These islands are called the Emerald Islands. The Lakshadweep Islands is a group of 36 islands, of which only 10 islands are inhabited. The name Lakshadweep in Sanskrit stands for 100,000 islands. Lakshadweep is rich in its flora and fauna life, and its beaches are truly beautiful.
So that was a very insightful video. I believe all of you all have enjoyed the video because it has like all the information about India, like the physical features of India, right from the mountains, the plateaus, the plains, the islands, Andaman and Nicobar Islands, the Lakshadweep Islands, and the flora and fauna, everything was there. So what I wanted to say, like as I have told you, there are 28 states. India is having 28 states and 8 union territories. So each state has a different culture. They have a different art, different type of handlooms, different type of food, cuisine. So all these are the, everybody has a different culture. So it's a mix of cultures, art forms. So all together, we are very proud to say that India has a very diverse culture, and especially the tourism. That is the reason why tourism is one of the largest industry in the country today, and India has is on the global map when we talk about tourism. So let's move to the um, your PPTs. Okay. Yes. So here we come. So after the physical features of India, like focusing on the physical features, as I told you, it was very insightful video. You could get to know all the informations within 8 minutes, 8 to 10 minutes. So thereafter that comes the season. Now as we know, the tourist movement, it all depends upon the season, because obviously you won't go to during the rainy season, you won't visit a hill station, because landslides happening every other day. So that is why tourist movement in the world is in the whole of the country is influenced, not only in the country, but if it's about the world, like globally, it is influenced by the climatic seasons. So similarly, India also experiences three main seasons. One is the summer, then we have this winter, and here then comes the monsoon. So right now we are in the month of November, like mid of November. So usually in some places of our country it is cold, but still like in Delhi it's okay, fine, cold, going, because in December it's really cold. Like in we are in the eastern part of a state, like in Orissa, so it's still hot, you can see. So as I told you, there's a monsoon, there is winter, and there's the summer. So these three are the main seasons. And about the summer season in India is typically, it usually lasts from the month of March to June, and with temperatures ranging from hot to extremely hot, especially in the northern and central regions. Like if I'm talking like the Thar desert, we one of the largest deserts of the country. It is situated in the state Rajasthan. So it's very hot during this time from March to June. And then the southern coastal, the southern coastal area, they also experiences more or less moderate temperatures, and this is the peak tourist season for all the hill stations and mountains regions in the north, as well as for beach destinations in the south, because especially the northern states of the country, the northern parts of the country, everybody wanted to visit during the summer season. Especially there are hill stations, the hilly regions, they wanted to, because to it's so hot, especially in the few places of our country. They wanted to feel the you can see the chill climate of a country. So what they do, they usually visit in the summer season to these hill stations. So tourists, so we can, and then comes the monsoon, like during, that is the rainy season. And the monsoon season in India, it usually occurs from the month of June, July to September, and there are heavy rainfalls in some parts of the country. Like we have, especially in the hilly regions, also there is rainfall. Even in the like central part of India, there's rainfall. And if you say the southwest monsoon brings rain to the western coast, and gradually it moves from north and then to the northeast, so covering the whole, the entire country. And this is not a popular time for tourism, because as I told you, due to heavy rainfall and potential, there's a potential for flooding also. Usually see places like Goa and all, we visited in the, which is known for its lovely beaches, and we visited in the during the rainy monsoon season. So we were unable to visit any places, because it was raining so heavily. it was raining like cats and dogs, so it was very difficult. It was raining, again it stopped, again after 2 minutes it started raining. And of course, Goa is also known for its mangrove forests also, and you won't believe it was very difficult to travel also. So we should ensure that we don't travel to these destinations. And of course, the tourism, this is a very lean period, especially the monsoon, I mean the rainy season is a very lean period for the tourism industry. So we, and then comes the winter also. And winter, as you can say, in India it lasts usually from the month of it should start like October, November to February. And with some parts of the country having cooler temperature. And northern India experiences, especially the northern part of India, it experiences quite cold temperatures compared to the eastern part of India where we stay. While the southern regions, they remain relatively warm. So you can say during this winter season, the northern part of a country is basically, they experience the cool temperatures, whereas if you come to the extreme south, they have a very moderate warm climate. And so this is also, you can say, a very popular, like usually October, November to February. This is also the peak season of tourism industry, because especially like places like Rajasthan, Kerala, and other destinations, they have milder winter weather, and most of the festivals like Christmas, New Year's Day celebration, they take place. So plus schools and colleges, they do also in a country, schools and colleges, they have this winter vacation. It may not be like or not like 1 month as such, but yes, 1 week or 2 weeks. Plus, that is one reason. Then second reason, people who are working in, working in companies or government organizations or any organizations, they have this, lot of leaves, that which is not being utilized, CLs and all. So they utilize this CLs as well. Also, children, they also get a vacation. They get a winter vacation. Plus, the climate is also good. So this is being considered as the peak season of the tourism industry. So we all can say that tourism. So it is, it is very important for the, especially the tourists, that is the travelers. They should consider the seasonality of India when they are planning their vacations or trip. So it can, as it can impact their overall experience and activities available in different regions. So climate of any particular region, we can say that it is being determined by its geographical locations. And when you are a tourism professional, you should be well aware of all these informations. You should be well equipped to answer queries related to weather, because whenever, if you see the any tourist destination, if you wanted to visit any tourist destination, so obviously you will see the website, you'll find out when is the best time to visit. They always mention the best time to visit. So there they mention, it's from January to March or from October to February. So that is being mentioned. And any tourist guide or any tourist professional, they should be well aware of the climatic conditions also of a particular, when they are trying to sell any destination. Then yes, as I told you, like people who move to cooler places like the beaches and mountains, especially the resorts during the summer months, and to warmer areas during the winter. So peak tourist season is October to March. I have told you the reasons why it is. Plus, New Year's, Christmas celebration is there. New Year's celebration, everybody wants to celebrate their Christmas and New Year's, in a location, especially in a beautiful location, especially in the hotels. They have this New Year's celebration. So most of the hotels in a country, during the Christmas followed by the New Year's party, are being fully occupied. All the hotels, more or less, whichever range it is, like 1 minute, 1 minute, just a minute. Hello. हाँ, अच्छा मैं आ रही हूँ. हाँ हाँ. So this is why we have lot of movement of people, from October to March, as well as from lean tourism from April to June. Okay, so I'm just taking a 5 minutes break. In the meantime, you can just be on the slide. I'll just come within 5 minutes. Okay, there's a, some meeting is there. I'll just attend that and come within 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. Okay. So I am back. So, these are some informations like the tourism satellite account. It is basically an accounting methodology used by the United Nations to quantify the goods and services related to tourism. And we have also, the in the year 2019 to 2020, in the year, the travel and tourism created 79.86 million direct as well as indirect jobs, and in terms of GDP during 2019 to 2020, tourism also contributed 5.9% of this from the direct as well as indirect. So India's ranking in the Global Travel and Tourism Development Index, that is TTDI, Travel and Tourism Development Index, is 54th in 2021. Now this information was we got from the sources from Ministry of Tourism, that is tourism statistics of 2022. I have requested all of you, that you should go through the this website, Ministry of Tourism. You'll have lot of tourism statistics. The current, like in 2023, that will be published in the year in the January 2024. So that is like in December and all. So just I told you, just like we have this the month November, December, lot of conferences and seminars, they usually take place in this month, November, December, January, February. Plus you have all the lot of festivals also, like then we have these occasions, celebrations. So coming to the festival seasons of India now, we are a country where a lot of festivals are being celebrated throughout the year. It is being said, like in a country like India, which is having I mean in India we I mean the calendar is 12 months, but in India we celebrate 18 festivals. They said in 12 months we celebrate 18 festivals. So some of this, I think I've showed you the video, I don't know, but right now I can show you the video. So like we have this, Holi, it is a festival of colors that is being celebrated in Mathura and Vrindavan in Uttar Pradesh state. Then we have the Pongal festival that is being celebrated in Tamil Nadu in the month of January. Then we have this Posh Mela at Shantiniketan, that's from the state of West Bengal. Then we have another festival that's Nonkrane in Meghalaya, that's the eastern part of India. I also do have a, this thing, your video. I'll show you that video. 1 minute. Yes, I think I can show you that video. Okay. Okay, first let me complete this, then I'll show you the video. Then we have this destination management, marketing and employment. I have already discussed what is carrying capacity, because a destination may be able to each destination has some capacity to accommodate how many tourists. So but some destinations are being overcrowded, so once it is being overcrowded, it spoils the flora and fauna of the country. Okay, so when we talk about carrying capacity, it is basically 1 minute. You all are there, no? I just wanted to see. I just took a break for, yes. Yes. Okay, 1 minute. Some of you all have left by this time. Okay. Anyway, when we are talking about this destination management, marketing, and employment, basically carrying capacity is defined as a threshold limit of tourist traffic beyond which the tourist can cause serious damage to the resources of the destination. And there should be a proper infrastructure planning has to be there, and that has to be adapted to ensure optimum utilization of available capacities as destinations, like especially the hill stations, because like they are overcrowded during summer, whereas in the winter season it remains idle. So you have to ensure that it is being balanced. So excess demand during peak seasons is basically handled by overloading and temporary facilities. And overloading is basically, it is achieved by converting regular rooms into dormitory rooms, extending guest accommodation to other utility areas. Sometimes, also depending on the carrying capacity, when the places are the hotels, there are limited rooms and all, so temporary accommodations are also being provided by the it is being organized by the travel agents or by the DMOs, that is destination management organizations, by providing tented accommodations, temporary huts, and accommodation to other utility. Now, I have a small video on the different festivals of India. But before that, before moving to destination, yes. So there are some marketing strategies which are being widely depend upon the seasonality and capacities available at the destination. So there are like off seasons plus well as, during like off season. Prices and development of new off-season markets are widely used as the marketing strategies, and they are being used for developing and promoting winter sport facilities at hill stations during the winter and providing discounts on rates. As I told you that during the off season, they provide lot of discounts. Not only that, even at weekend, during the weekends also, they also provide discounts so that the tourist can visit those. Usually the your hotels which are located in the, I mean, business class hotels, they are usually occupied fully, like more than 75% to 80% occupied during the weekdays, like from Monday to Friday, Thursday. Then Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it's a lean period. So what happened, they usually offer some discounts. So those known as weekend packages. So weekend packages, the discounts are being provided, and it also happens at hill stations or like resorts areas, because resorts usually, whereas in case of resorts, weekend, they usually, you will find the tourist visiting the resorts at during the weekends and all. So it depends on, to attract a tourist, if the occupancy is low, to attract tourists, they lower the prices of the rooms. And excess tourist inflow during peak seasons require more employees, and this is handled by increasing working hours of available employees on extra payment or recruiting people on temporary basis. And the sudden changes in condition affect job opportunities in tourism sector during peak seasons. So this keeps on, we all know that the hospitality industry is into like 24 into 7 into 365 days. So, there is no such holiday like Saturday or Sunday as holidays. So they work to work depending on the demand, like the, we have to see when there's a high demand of tourists in the hotels or in the destinations. So as per the requirement, the staff and employees has to work. So before moving to the destination, I wanted to show you a video. That video is all about that video is on uh, that video is on the seasons, the festivals of India. I'll just share with you 1 minute. These are the different
Festivals
festivals
of
of India.
India. India is a diverse country with multiple religions and cultures. This is why our festivals draw a unique picture. In this video, we'll know about the festivals celebrated in India, such as Diwali, Eid, Janmashtami, Holi, Christmas, Gurpurab, Raksha Bandhan, Dashera, and many more. Starting with our national festivals. Independence Day. Independence Day is celebrated on the 15th of August to commemorate India's freedom. On this day, the Prime Minister unfurls the tricolor national flag at the Red Fort in the capital city, Delhi. India became an independent country on 15th August 1947, and on this date every year we remember the struggle and sacrifice of our great freedom fighters. Republic Day. Republic Day is celebrated on 26th January every year. On this day in the year 1950, the constitution of our country came into effect. Colorful parade by the armed forces and school children are performed on this day. Indian flag is hoisted and national anthem is sung. Now let's learn about our religious festivals, starting with Diwali. It is called the Festival of Lights. On Diwali, we light diyas to celebrate Lord Ram's return to Ayodhya. People decorate their homes with flowers and rangoli to welcome Goddess Lakshmi. Hindus worship Goddess Lakshmi for wealth and wisdom. On this day, people wear new traditional clothes and enjoy delicious sweets like laddu, gujia, etc. and exchange gifts. Dashera. Dashera is one of the major festivals celebrated in India. On this day, Lord Ram defeated Ravan. It marks the victory of good over evil. Dashera is celebrated on the 10th day of Navratri. In some regions, Dashera is also known as Vijayadashmi. People burn the effigy of Ravan and celebrate. Raksha Bandhan. This festival celebrates the bond of a brother and sister. Sisters tie Rakhi on their brother's wrist and pray for their well being. And brothers vow to protect their sisters and give them gifts. Ganesh Chaturthi. Ganesh Chaturthi is celebrated as Lord Ganesha's birthday. People bring home colorful and beautiful Ganesha idols. This festival lasts for 10 days. People offer prayers and prepare sweets. Modak and laddus are offered to Lord Ganesha. Janmashtami. Janmashtami is celebrated to mark the birth of Lord Krishna. It is celebrated by fasting, singing, and praying together at midnight. As it's believed that Lord Krishna was fond of butter and curd, people in some parts of India celebrate Dahi Handi, where an earthen pot with curd or butter is hung up high and teams of young boys climb one over another to form a human pyramid to break the pot.
Step into Wix Studio, the new web creation platform built.
So that was about the different festivals that is being celebrated in India. Okay, one
where
sec.
creative freedom.
So now we'll move to the slides. Yes. Uh, So I've already told about. Now coming to the destination, like we have, there are a lot of destinations in the country, and those destinations can be natural as well as man-made destinations. Now, this basically, when we are talking about any destinations, that like, usually a tourist visits destinations for several reasons, maybe like, because of educational reason, because for sightseeing and so on. So this attraction of the destination, they basically depends upon the image that the potential tourism has of a particular place. And there are a lot of factors, and especially the image of a destination depends on various factors, like various characteristics, like attitude of the host population, the civic amenities, then comes the food, fooding, natural surrounding, plus safety, security. These are very important. Like there are many destinations where you will find a virgin destination, there sometimes the the mode of transport is not properly, the infrastructure in the sense like roads system, proper not road system is there, then when you reach there, there are no proper restaurants or civic amenities, those are not there. So in that case, what happens, the tourists avoid going to those places. Usually now, since now everything is, from the Google you can get all the informations and all, so everyone has become very aware. They ensure that whatever
The
destination they visit.
presentation by Muroy was added to the main screen. The presentation by Muroy is on the main screen. You have joined the call. There are four other.
So whichever destination they visit has to ensure that even the attitude of the host population, that also matters a lot, because in India, there are some cities, especially the pilgrimage destination, the people, especially those areas, they try to cheat the pilgrims, they try to cheat the tourists. So if they don't like about the attitude of the host, then obviously the local community, obviously it would create a negative image of that particular place. So the image of destination is also a very important factor in the in like inflow of tourists to that particular destination. So beside this, as I've already mentioned, there are factors like the attitude of the local people, and provision of civic amenities, as well as availability of fooding, lodging, and so on. And this image of the destination is neither constructed nor deconstructed overnight. Okay, and destination will become success only when it offers services in a very efficient manner, in a very smooth manner, proper effort, and to be shown by the local community as well as the DMOs, and they should be at the same time at a very convenient prices. That is also very important. And see, like all destinations, they have hotels ranging from like your guest houses to the star category hotels, like I mean business class hotels. Now destinations like which are business class cities, where you have companies located, companies head offices are there, or regional offices are there, so you have a regular business. For in those type of destinations, you have this star category of hotels. But in especially the eco-tourist destination, or where you wanted to enjoy the which are basically destinations where you have monuments, I mean natural made, which are natural made destination. So in those areas, you may not have the star category hotels, but you should have the minimum like civic amenities, like fooding, restaurants, fooding services like the restaurants. Then proper sewerage system should also be there. That also creates problem during the rainy seasons, and especially the roads, the mode of transport, that is very important. So destination will become popular only when it is accessible. That is how you reach the destination, that is your mode of transport and your transportation system, that is the roads, or then you should able to offer the services as well as the minimum amenities that is being required by the tourist. Okay, that is very important. So here are some like destinations, this is the Taj Mahal, then these are all man-made destinations. I have shown like some pictures, all pictorials. Then coming to the 19th, unit 19, that is about maps and charts. Now, any tourism professional, they should have information about the maps, and especially the maps. The reason behind, as I showed you the video on the physical features of India, so that was through the map. They showed the country, the eastern region, the northern region, the southern region, which is full of plateaus or mountains or plain lands, and the beaches, the sea, the ocean, everything was shown. So especially now, similarly, there are the maps which indicates, it's basically a communication tool which helps us to show, like, especially it helps the travelers, like the tourists, to navigate and explore its attractions. Suppose I have shown you the whole country, okay? Now if you wanted to visit a particular destination, so you can just go to that particular state. There's a particular state, you can see, suppose you wanted to visit that state, first thing is, which is the best time to visit that place. Then you can find out what are the sightseeing destinations of that particular state, and what is the distance to be covered, how your mode of transport, whether you can reach them through air or by road or by train. So those helps, so basically when we say about any map, it is about our communication media, and it helps us to understand the world around us with proper informations, with proper illustrations and interpretations, so one can get the idea of a place or a country. Since India is a vast country, a diverse country, so there are numerous maps as well as charts that are available to the available to the tourists, so they can navigate and explore its attractions. Okay, and some popular, these maps are also been divided into different categories. Like some popular maps and charts of India include, like we have this political map, we have this topographic map, we have this tourist map, we have this language map, we have this climate maps. Okay, so coming to political map. So this map basically outlines the political boundaries of India, including the, as I showed, political maps of which shows the different states of the country, then with the capital cities, then the major cities of that particular state. So this all highlights important landmarks and attractions, such as, you have the national parks, you have the historical sites, then you have the cultural destinations. So these are all the areas. Then coming to the topographic map, basically a topographic map, of India shows the physical features of the country, like, including its mountains, then they have the rivers, then they have the lakes, then the plains. Okay, so this is basically the topographic plans. This type of map is useful for outdoor enthusiasts and adventure travelers who want to explore the India's natural landscape. Now you wanted to know the flora of a place, you wanted to know the fauna of a place, you wanted to the maps, that was showing the capital, the India map, showing the mountains, the plateaus, the regions, rivers, lakes. So those are the topographic maps. Then come the tourist map. See, if you just visit today, you can, the all the learners, you can go home, you can explore, when you are at your free time, you can just navigate all those, tourist sites on Indian map. Okay, tourist sites on Indian map. So you'll see all the tourist sites, and there are also symbols, like temples, they have the symbols, churches, they have a different symbol for cathedrals, they have a different symbol, for mosque they have a different symbol. Then their networking is also there, rail or airways and all. So these tourist maps of India are basically, they are being designed in such a manner to help the visitors to navigate popular tourist destinations, and especially like the attractions, the landmarks and all. So these maps are also include, often include information on transportation options, accommodations also. Even they have this hotels, so you can easily find out about the accommodations and points of interest for travelers. Even you will find there, tourist office telephone number, contact number, email ID. Where are the tourist offices? Because the tourist offices of India, like, if you find the tourist offices
Main
of
screen. Representative.
India, the main head office is in the Ministry of Tourism, the office is in New Delhi. But beside that, there are regional offices also, like in the eastern region, we have Kolkata, then northern, western, southern. So they mention in that tourist map. So if you want to visit, suppose a state which is located in the eastern part of India, you can easily contact the Eastern Regional Tourist Office. If you wanted to visit the western part of India, you want some informations, and there you will get genuine informations. That is the thing. So there are, you can visit their website, the regional offices. They also now, this tourist offices, not only the travel agents, the tourist offices also, they have promoted, lot of they have all these tour guides, they have all these design tour packages. So this is what the tourist offices are developing on their own, so they can attract the tourist visiting their state. So that is very important. So one can, once you visit the tourist maps, you can easily get to know about all this information. Then there is a language map. Now, India is a home to uh, India is home to a wide variety of languages as well as the dialects, and a language map can also help the tourists, the travelers, to understand the linguistic diversity of the country. And this type of map can also provide information on regional cultures as well as the customers. Then comes the climate chart. So climate chart is also very important because India experiences a range of climates, as I told you, from tropical in the south to the alpine in the north. Then a climate chart can help the tourists understand the best times to visit the different locations, tourist places of the regions of the country, based on, depending on the temperature, depending on the rainfall, depending on the other weather conditions. Okay, so these maps and charts, they can be found in like guidebooks, then they can be found in atlases, like then travel websites, then at tourist information centers, then I told you tourist information offices throughout the country. So they are valuable, they are a very valuable tools for planning and navigating a trip to this diverse and fascinating country. So and of course these maps and charts, they are very efficient device for storage of information. And what happened is, through the charts, you can also the charts, they can also act as a research tool, helping in understanding geographical features. As I told you, like if you wanted to know about number of visitors, foreign tourist arrivals in the country, or foreign tourist arrival FTS in the particular destination. So through this charts, you can easily locate, in that you can also divide, like that also you can make it from which country they are visiting, which part of this or if it's an inbound tourist, which part of the state they are visiting. So all these informations are there. So this is basically, see, I have shown like these are some pictures that have these are basically this ministry of tourism, sources ministry of tourism. I have just taken, like, a few pages where you can see, like, this is incredible India, that is the tagline of India's tourism. India tourism's tagline is "Incredible India." Said that means Atiti Deva Bhava. Okay, guest is God. Okay, so you can easily find out the inbound tourism in India. There at the back, you can see a picture that is basically the Lotus Temple that's located in Delhi, and the Baha'is worship place. Okay, so you can easily find out the mode of transport, the what is the travel by purpose, then what is the foreign tourist arrivals in the country, then arrivals of NRIs also you can easily find out through these charts. Then what is the foreign exchange earnings, then there you have see at the it's mentioned here at the bottom, foreign tourist arrivals from top 5 markets. So maximum visitors we have from USA, like, then you can have it in UK, there's also Bangladesh, then you have Canada, Nepal. So they have shown the with the flags, you can easily find out. See, country of nationality, there you see number of arrivals, what is the, and so the years also, it has been mentioned 17, 18, 19, 20. What is the FTS, foreign tourist arrivals in India? 17, 2008, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2021. So this what happens, this is a research tool, like this is a research tool. So through this informations, then you can say, if you see in the year 2020, there was a not much tourist visit because of the COVID. But again in 2022, again they are back to normal. So there are again more visitors, so you can easily find out from their nationality, like UK or Eastern Europe, like Czech Republic, from which continents, from which countries you can easily. From Eastern Europe you have Czech Republic, Hungary, Kazakhstan, then you have Poland, then Ukraine and all. From Africa you have Egypt, then Kenya, Mauritius, then Nigeria, then you have South Africa, Sudan, Tanzania. So you can easily find out, from which other countries the tourists are visiting. And you can also years also. So these basically acts as the research tools also. So why I told you you should visit this website, it is very important, Ministry of Tourism. Why I'm suggesting you, because you all are students of tourism. So all this tourism comes under Ministry of Tourism, Government of India. You have all the informations, and if you go through that website, I mean, it's a booklet. You can download that, like book. See, you get all this like TS-1 to TS-7, TS-1, 2, 3, all these you can easily download from the website, okay, IGNO's website. So similarly, since you are a student of tourism, that's my suggestion to all of you, that you download this book, Incredible India's, the source is Ministry of Tourism. So you have lot of information. So okay, so I mean the current 2022, and the one 2023 you'll get in the January 2024. Okay, so usually end of the year they do the publishing. And just January they do the publishing, so it comes in the month of February and March. So this is especially, just wanted to say, this is very important. In 1767, the Survey of India was established to assist East India Company in conducting this topographical survey. Okay, so these are like, as I've already told you about the different types of maps. There's a general purpose maps, there's a special maps or thematic maps also. It basically, this is a world map, so you have the special or thematic maps. It gives information on particular aspects such as rainfall, population distribution, climatic condition. And it is also further divided under several headings, such as, I told you about all this: political maps, physical maps, tourist maps, road maps. Yes, that road maps that shows different kinds of roads with facilities available on route. Okay. Bharat Dekho, that is also, like they have this state. So once you join that, once you can easily through travel agent, you that is being conducted, the seven sisters, like the northeast region states, they are known as the seven sisters. So you can visit those areas. Then there are Bharat Yatra website. If you go to that, then they'll show you the places to be visited on which region part of the country. Then there is the railway maps, like there are, I have already shown you the video on the luxury trains of India. But yes, beside that, we have the goods train which carries the goods and all. We have the passenger trains, we have this express train, we have the mail trains, and we have the superfast trains also. And as I told you, like for example, we have this Rajdhani Express. Rajdhani means capital, so it connects from the capital of the states to the capital city of the country. That is like, I stay in Orissa, that's in the eastern part of India, and the state capital is Bhubaneswar, where I reside. So we have a train, that is Rajdhani Express, which is a 24 hours from Bhubaneswar to New Delhi. So all the states are being capitals of the states are being connected to the capital city of the country, and the train is known as Rajdhani Express. So these are there are a lot of, like, as a plus, there are local trains. Local trains are usually from within the like, neighboring, like you can say suburbs, from one location to the suburbs. Like I'm staying in Bhubaneswar, so the suburbs are connected to the local trains and all. Then there are the metros also. Nowadays metros have also come up. And so these about the railway maps. They provide basically railway network along with gauges and tracks. And the air route maps, so you are flying. It was very really nice to know that one of our learner, Giral, he works as a flight attendant with the Malayan Airlines. I'm very happy to know that. So we can also get some informations and all. This is how, when we are in a class, we get to know about the informations. Today he shared, that's really very interesting. So air route maps, so air route maps give information about major national and international airports, air route under operations, aerodromes en route, and availability of the connecting flight. So when, as I told you, if you wanted to go to Dallas, in US, so from India, so you can get a flight from Kolkata. From Kolkata to, you can fly to Dubai, and that's just a 4 hours. Then again, Dubai, you have a 4 hours resting time. From Dubai, you have directly to Dallas, and that is a 16 hours flight. So there's a connecting flight. And also similarly, not in that is, I told about outbound tourists. Even for inbound tourists, sometimes if you I wanted to go to Goa. So what happened, from Bhubaneswar, there is a flight from Bhubaneswar to Bombay. That's a 2 hours flight. Again, from Bombay to Goa, Mumbai to Goa, that's a 45 minutes flight, because Goa is close to Mumbai. So that is, these are all connecting flights. So you can easily, as per your availability time and all, you can make your, instead of going to the travel agents, you can easily get to know through this air route maps, and you can, through online travel agents, you can do your booking also. Okay. So this I have shown here some maps, railway network map of India, states. This is the one which is showing the states and union territories of India. This is the physical maps. There is the Himalayas and all political. Then you have the Indian National Highway, national. You see how connected by roads, connected by airs, connected by rail. So this is Travel India. See, this is a Travel India tourism map. This is very important. See, where are the temples, there are forts, there are palaces, there are mosques, there's a Taj Mahal. So you can easily different states of the country, and even they reflect, shows the focuses on the different flora and fauna, and with the tourist interest sites also. Then you have, they are showing this temples also. Then the dress code also, all the states, they have different outfits, and also, so everything. This is Travel India. So this is very interesting. Then you have all these tourist sites. See, all these are there. So these are some maps through which I wanted to give you the information. This is like how the maps and charts, they help as research tools, give you all information in a nutshell. So yes, these are words and figures. Some you can easily find out. Then there are symbols, there are colors, and there are the geographic grids also. Okay, there here you have the pie chart, so you can easily also find out the gender-wise distribution of foreign tourist arrivals in India. How many male, how many females? Then they're like you have seen. See, this is the FTAs in India, foreign tourist arrivals in India from different regions, like from South Asia, from Western Europe, from North America, from Southeast Asia, then East Asia, Eastern Europe, then you have West Asia, then US region. So these are all the things you can easily find out. And here also you have seen number of travelers, like in the year 1908, how many Indian visitor, I mean inbound tourists or outbound tourists. So this types of charts, we have pie charts. These are known as pie charts. These are known as bar charts. So they follow patterns of basically representing, where through this charts you can represent where relative quantities are shown by areas of sector of cycle. Bar chart, it is basically a form of rectangular bars to show total or percentage of shares. Okay. There you have this climate graph. This is, see, this is January, all the 12 months of the year: January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. So through this also you can easily find, what is the year. There you find the average rainfall, you can find out the average temperature. So seeing all these maps, you think, no, we can visit this places, that is how it is being done. And basically this climate graph, they shows the weather conditions by bar graph or line graph. There you have this radial graph. This is the radial graph, is a presentation of data in the form of concentric circle of varying radius. So tourism professionals must have knowledge regarding map, reading. Okay, so now this is, I think this is the last this yeah, unit 20 and 21, the last units, that is tourism marketing. Now basically why tourism marketing is very important, because it is you should, whenever you want to market a product or market a destination, first you need to plan it. Okay, planning is very important, then you need to implement it, and then comes the evaluation. So this is how the cycle continues. And planning, implementing, as well as evaluating, many activities are being there, and these activities are aimed at satisfying the customers. So basically what happens, marketing, when we talk about marketing, it helps to match the organization's human as well as financial and physical resources with the ones of customers, along with the maximum economy and efficiency. And marketing deals with, you need to define the market. Like for the organization products, your rooms are your products, your arts and crafts, your all those artifacts are your products, all those are tourism products. So you need to find, you first you have to define the market for the organization's products. You need to know the determine the needs and behavior of the customers. That is also very important. Then you have to produce the products which would satisfy the needs of the customers. And there are also modes, like how you have to reach the customers. Like nowadays, like promotional, all these Facebook, all these social media handles, these are all tools of marketing. Yes. So these are ways to reach the customers, whether it's Facebook or Instagram, or whether it's Twitter, or like blogging websites and all. So you can, these are ways to reach the customer. So you have to market this, that is very important. And you have to communicate the importance, the features, the characteristics, everything, the availability, which would attract the customers. So people are earning a lot through like social influencers and all, through all the social influencers, the social media influencers, and those who are blogging, they're also earning a lot through this way of selling a product, advertising a product, marketing a product. So what you have to remember, that most effective utilization of these resources is possible through application of marketing concepts. So whatever resources you have, whatever products you have, proper utilization to reach the customers, that is through the process application of marketing concepts. So your application is very important, how you sell the product, how you do the advertisement. Okay, promotional efforts. So what is marketing? Basically, you have to link the customers, who is the core to process, practices, and activities. And basically, marketing looks at the decision making process of both the producer and the customers. We have told you, there is the producer, there is the middleman, and there is the customers. So there is always, there brings an exchange transition. Okay, so if there is no exchange activity, there will be no marketing. So marketing helps us to add values to any product, then reduce wastages, improve the effectiveness, improve better understanding, improvisation is there, then cut cost. So there are, there are 7 P's of marketing. I mean, that you'll be learning in tourism marketing. There is other uh, unit on the course is there. So coming to the relevance, so we won't go much into details, but yes, we need to know why marketing is very important in the field of tourism, because there should be sales. You should have the whatever product, new products are also being launched, how would that reach the customer? So that is why marketing is very important. So sales will not increase by production alone. If you only produce the products, that won't help you to reach the customers. You have to reach through selling. So sales, you have to do proper selling. So you where, how would you sell the product? You should define about the importance of the product, the characteristics of the product, availability of the product, the price of the product. So these are very important. So marketing concepts are relevant in areas other than in the business of goods. And tourism is a service industry, we all know that, and investments are made with hope to place, then people, then the process and physical factors. Okay, so product, like that designing, quality, features, the size, characteristics, appearances, the packaging, warranties, and so on. Then comes the price, which includes the basic price. Then there are some discounts, there are some rebates that is being provided. Then there is the promotion. You need to that includes advertising, how you do promote the product. That includes your packaging also, how you package. That's also a way of attracting the tourists. So in advertisement, your publicity, then how you, the mode of publicity, then there's public relations, then you will find lot of campaigns, then sales, promotions, displays. See, if you want to sell a product, so if you want to sell a product, there are websites and all, you can sell the product. Similarly, there are a lot of seminars, conferences, then which are being organized. Road shows are there, different road shows are organized, so where you can sell different product. So when we have these road shows and all, we try to sell the state, we try to sell the country, so it's on the global map of the world. So India, it is one of the tourist destinations. It is known for its diversity, and therefore it is one of the prominent tourist destinations in the world also. Okay, so this is how you have to sell the product. That is what is very important, and people are really working. There are tourism professionals who are there in the sales, who are there in the marketing, who are there in the operations. So different people who are also in the finance. There are different departments. So those who are in the sales and marketing, they ensure that the product is being properly right from planning, like designing to implementing, and then how you have to sell the product, in the sense how evaluate, like if through the customers feedbacks, you would able to know whether your product is satisfying the need of the customers. Okay, so yes, you have to segmentation and target market. That is also very important. Now, segmentation is basically done on the basis of one or more of the following. You have the geographic, demographic, psychographic, and buying behavior. Geographic is all about the district, the region, the state, and all. Then demographic, that is your family size, like like male or female, your age, your family size, your sex, your income, your occupation, education, those all comes under demographic profile. Then psychographic is basically the value system, the lifestyle, the personality types, and all. And last is the buying behavior. So buying behavior in how frequent you visit that destination, if you're a repeat customer of that particular destination, and what is your, you might be you might have seen, you are a customer who buys lot of products from the from Amazon. So depending on your buying behavior also, they offer you some discounts. So similarly, if you are a regular visitor of a hotel, of a destination, something, they give you some discounts, because usually they have all this type of offers throughout the year. Like you have some discounts, you have some different types of packages, different type of tour packages, where you are being given discounts depending on the seasonal, also seasonal discounts also. So These all depending on the buying behavior of the customers. Okay, so tourist market may be segmented on the basis of, yes, why the market means it can be divided, basically it can be segmented on all these criteria. What are the criterias? That criterias include the place of origin of tourist, then the purpose of tour, why you wanted to visit that, then your demographic characteristics, then you have the destinations, then the economic status, then the preference of stay, and well, the preference of travel. So these are tourist market is being segmented on this characters. Okay. Mm. And then the service products. Now coming to the service products, the service products are different from goods in five major characteristics like intangibility, inseparability, heterogeneity, perishability, and ownership. These are the five major characteristics of the service products. Now intangibility, what do you mean? Basically, for example, see, if I ask you, you are visiting a destination in India. Okay, you visit Rajasthan. Now, if I tell you, you show me Rajasthan, you cannot show me. You can always explain it to me through your experiences, through your feeling. So, what is intangibility? One cannot see, feel, smell, touch, or measure a service performed. If I tell you, how was your stay? You cannot say, my stay was very big, my stay was small, or something you cannot, so it cannot be measured. Okay, so that is what is intangibility is known as. One cannot see, feel, smell, touch, or measure a service that is being performed. I can only express it in my words. I cannot touch that service. I cannot feel, I can, yes, you can see that, you can experience that. Okay, so it can be experienced from the effects produced. And application of knowledge and making of meaning is intangible. For example, like education, then information, consultancy, they all come under intangibility. The inseparability, that is, products exist only when consumption takes place. Like, production and consumption of the services takes place at the same time. They cannot be separated. For example, teaching, that is production. Learning, that is consumption. Happening together. I am teaching you, you all are learning. So it is basically the production and consumption, they are happening together. So that is known as that forms inseparability. Now coming to heterogeneity, now services, their experience may not be of consistent quality, and it may vary from person to person. So like, garage may have good facilities, mechanic may be experienced and competent. While working, mechanic decision is perfect or cannot be guaranteed. If he is disturbed, quality of work will be poor. So that is what is heterogeneity known. I cannot guarantee the service to be good, or I mean, you cannot guarantee. Yes, I can say it's a good, but sometimes it turns out to be negative also. So we know that you know tour operator is well experienced, and he gives he gives good services to the customers, but at the same time he is competent enough, but he should we cannot guarantee whether the customers will be happy. Only when they are the services that is being rendered to them is of satisfaction, I mean is of a good quality, it's of quality, then only the customers will be satisfied. So what is perishability? Supply of services cannot be stored for future use. Now what does it mean? Now this flight tickets, they are all perishable items. Now what do you mean by perishable items? In the sense, they are known as perishable items, like suppose the flight is from India to India means capital, suppose from Delhi to Dubai. Now what happens? There are 100 seats, but 99 seats are occupied, one seat is left blank. So the revenue of that particular seat is being lost for that particular day. That same revenue cannot, because next when he'll be flying to another destination or flying back, that is another day, again another revenue will be generated. But you have 100 seats, but you could only sell 99 seats, you were not able to sell one seat, that seat was left blank. So the revenue of that particular seat for that particular day is zero. So similarly, it happens in the case of train tickets as well as the hotel rooms. If you are able to sell all the 100 rooms, you are lucky enough, revenue will be generated. But if you are able to sell 99 rooms, so one left is left blank, not occupied, that means you cannot generate the revenue next day, because next day is another fresh day. Okay. So that is what supply of services cannot be stored for future use. What is not sold cannot be carried forward as stocks to be sold. There are always stocks, and those stocks has to be sold. Like the example they have given: seats in aircraft, seats in trains, seats in cars. The hotel rooms. If not occupied, it perishes. Now comes the ownership. Buyer only acquires the right to certain benefits. No ownership passes from seller to buyer in a service. Example, during treatment, doctor's knowledge does not pass to the patient, but patient is entitled to benefits of doctor's knowledge. Okay. Then comes production in tourism. Now, the needs of tourists are made by three main ingredients. That is, yes, I have told you, products. There are attractions, there are facilities, there is accessibility. All these. The five A's. That is how tourism is being defined. So you should always remember the tourism product is a complex one. Some of the tourism services are tied to tangible and intangible elements, and evaluation is very personal, and it cannot be measured or seen or verified for this, but it is very important. So like three, you can always remember that for marketing, the first thing is you need to plan, then you need to implement, and then you need to evaluate. So this is a cycle which always continues. Okay. So the service products, you have to design the product which attracts the tourist, and service product is not physical entity. So product in tourism may be experienced while proceeding to and staying in that destination, and tourism product may be developed with emphasis on many factors. Okay. So service and delivery services are basically provided by people, physical features, and using equipment. You have to position. What is positioning? So you have to create an image about the product in the customer's mind. So whether to buy the product or not to buy the product is influenced by such position. Sometimes some very small handicrafts, they look so eye-catching, you feel like buying. So that is what is creating, that is what positioning is doing. If you have to position the product in such a way that it attracts the customers. So customers can distinguish one product from the another on the basis of distinct characteristics. There's a distinct characteristic. An image of the destination, that is also very important, because it affects image of the destination can be affected by sometimes sudden disturbances, or such destinations are avoided by the tourist. So you have to maintain the image of the destination. That is what happens when you see a place, you feel like that image is already created in your mind, and you feel like, no, next time I should visit the destination. So you go for some virtual shows and all, so that virtual, basically, where you can see you can also find from the conversations where the tourists, they act as ambassadors of that particular area. So you can listen to their views, listen to their statements. There you can get the feedback. So that is how, once you get, so an image is being created, and that is how what is position is all about. So creating an image about the product in the customer's mind, that is known as position. Um, Yes, then you have to do a little bit of market research. That is very important. So, what is market research? It is the process of systematically gathering informations, analyzing, and evaluating the data relating to the market. And it gives answers to specific questions, and it also generate informations regarding the market. Regarding the market. So, what you have to do? Market research, you have to analyze the analysis has to be done for the market. Then you have to do a research on the consumers. Then you have to do research on product and price. You also have to bring, you have to bring into what are the new products that is being launched, how they should be positioned. So that is a very important. Promotion and sales research. Distribution, how it should be channelized, like from the producers to the not to the main consumers, but from the producers to the developers, and then to the customers. Okay. I mean, that is like, one is your producers, then it is comes basically the salespeople, that is the middleman, and then it goes to the consumers, that is the tourist. So distribution channel should also be there. Evaluation, distribution is basically facilities for stocking, shelf space, etc., and evaluation is looking into customer satisfaction. That is what is very important. So here comes I'll show you one more video. So decision or research design includes what is the purpose of the study, sample, like you have to take a sample depending the different types of studies, also research study. Then you have to the nature of data to be collected. Then only you can do research on the particular. Suppose if you wanted to study on the consumer behavior. So in that case, if you wanted to study the consumer behavior, the lot of characteristics, that are attached to consumer behavior. So you can easily make a questionnaire, or you can do a survey method to find the consumer behavior. Okay, and then you can analyze with like software like SPSS, and then you get the conclusion. Okay, so what is the first thing is purpose of the study, then relay of the study. Then you have the how the data is being collected. That is also method of data that is needs to be collected. You have to design the questionnaire. And how would you get all this information? Some are primary sources, some are secondary. I've already explained in my previous classes, like how to obtain the data. Like you can have a discussion with the tourist. You can get some informations from magazines, books, newspapers. At the same time, you can also Google. So there's a lot of, this is how you obtain the data. And observations and discussions with videos, that is also very important. And I understand that all of you should do a little bit of exploring in all these, like, so that you'll have an idea. So how marketing, how I also think many of you all have that marketing skills. So you need your application. So in tourism, like, 7 P's are very common, whether it is irrespective of tourism or or your operations and all, whatever. There are seven, people with different outfits and all. They like, like subsidiary activities and all. They try to promote the products, wearing the same outfit, selling that product of that particular region. So these all informations, or whatever I'm telling you, attitude, this image perception and awareness, steadiness, these all informations has to be collected. So one thing is, you can collect from tourist department, you can collect the information from the tourist, you can collect the information tourist. How that is to be done is, it should be very properly planned. Okay, so that is how you have to do that to obtain data. Then yes, this is little bit about your research. I mean, when you do informations, collect informations, there is quantitative method, there is qualitative study, and there is also the mixed method. Mixed method means where quantitative as well as qualitative study is there. So research can be done on a continuous basis, or so, it is not always carry out the research very spontaneously. It takes time. So you should do step by step. That is very important. And what happens once the you collect all the informations, like, you have to do the data analysis through the maps, charts, and all, and that helps in designing the term policies. The discussion is, you have to do proper research. Okay, and you can also hire experts to conduct the market research. There are also experts nowadays, who are available. Suppose it is not possible for you to do the, especially the informations, collecting questionnaire. So you can easily get it done through the experts. They can be hired for market research. Even, suppose nowadays you can have your own, you can make your questionnaire through Microsoft 360, and then you can send it to different customers with the help of the email. So so since it is a 2 or 3 minutes, customers take the I mean, they don't mind usually. filling up the questionnaire, and that helps you to find out the conclusion. That is what is very important. So you should always remember, marketing research helps in developing future policies, so it requires thorough understanding and interpretation of measured data. Okay, now yes, after this I'll show you the video. I won't take much time. So tourism marketing, that is promotion. So promotion, basically it means a set of category of activities that communicate about the product to the prospective and existing customer. So why it is prospective customers? Because he is a potential customer. There's talking first, you should need to talk, then you will know what is his needs. So there, basically you try to, if she's 40% interested and not 60% interested, then he or she is your potential, I mean, you can say a prospective customer. Because if you try to convince him or try to convince her, that product is will be sold. So when you are working as a marketing tourism professional, you should possess all these skills. Marketing skills is very important. Your marketing skills, your communication skills, your sense of humor, you should also have your convincing power. So these all matter. So what happened, promotion is basically communication. It is an element of marketing mix, and what it helps to basically inform prospective customers about the products, about the products or the producer, and inform the existing customers about the changes in products. And you should generate interest in the offer. And there are various ways to communicate. As you know, it can be through advertisement, it can be through publicity, it can be through public relations, person selling, and sales promotion. See, these are some promotional events that is being taken place in different countries. So promotion may be carried by single organization or by a group of organizations. See, promotion may be of a country as a whole, specific locations and destinations. See how they have shown, this is tourism expo, they are having the logo. And also you can promote your country as a whole. There are specific activities or services that are being included. Then there's the tour packages. You also need to take care of the accommodation and food. Okay, so what are the main decision to make in promotion planning? Are objectives of so you have the selection, you have to take the decision how you promote that. That is, you should have the objectives of the promotion. Then your selection of media, how you select your media. As I told you, the social media handles, you can virtually sell it, or you can sell it through online. You can sell it online or physically also. You can when physically sells in the sense like attending all these road shows, expos and all, where you can sell your destination, sell the product and all. But like virtual or like online, you can go through the websites and all. You can put your products on your website. You can sell it through YouTube or through your Facebook and all as such. Okay, so then you can write formulation of messages, timing and intensity of the campaign when you organize all these campaigns. Yes, see, this is like Durga Puja. This is a type of events. So like special events, these are modes of promotion also. Events take place in normal course, or basically they are organized specially to highlight some of the unique aspects of the country, the area or people. And tourists are attracted towards such events, and making tourists aware of such incidents or events is a promotional event. Okay, that you should try to find what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages when you organize all these events for promoting tourism. Okay, uh, then yes, guidelines for preparing messages for advertising, like give unambiguous message. Like the year 2023 is known as the Visit India year. Okay, and there's a campaign logo launch. So, and you should always ensure that whatever promise has been made, it should be properly delivered. So develop continuity through the symbols, through the image, format and theme. So once again, You should always remember decision to be taken regarding advertisements. What is the objective? Who is your target audience? Target audience means whether they are youngsters or they are senior citizens and all. Okay, mid-age level people. So, and what is the period of campaigning? As I told you, in between I took a 5 to 10 minutes break. That was basically our university will be organizing an event, so we have to be a part of that event. So usually December, November, December, January, these are the time when events are being organized. So what is the scope, what is the objective, and of course you should also see the cost effectiveness, then the timings, then we have to also take care of the media, image, copy to be used, the theme also. So advertising technique, domination, concentration, and repetition. Now, see, these are the kinds of publicity. See, there you have welcome to a world of diverse festivities and live darshans. So that is some, I got it from the World Ministry of Tourism website. So there are presentations, there are conducted visits, there are informal briefings, and there are a lot of, you won't believe, lot of movies are being shooting has taken place on those beautiful destinations. So this is how it is being publicized also. When people watch the movies, they, oh, that's a beautiful city, they are showing in the movie, because the picturization, the shooting has been taken place. So now in their mind they decide, during my next vacation I'll visit that destination. So even through movies and all, you publicize the area. So publicity will be carried by the media of activities and messages are interesting, timely, accurate, and newsworthy. Okay. So yes, how to sell a product, you should be, an honest approach has to be there. Passion plus visions, you should have a storytelling way of storytelling, telling a story, like, everything should be connected to the other, like it should be in a storytelling form. Then there is the social proof. Behind the scenes, there are also people who are working behind the scenes, like taking photographs and then launch, putting on their websites. Okay, huh? And there is always, there are some problems, you should come out with solutions. So this is how you sell a product. And yes, public relations is also important, like, tools of public relations, you have journals, you have a newsletter, you have a sponsorship of activities and all. Person selling is basically attaining knowledge, prospecting, then pre-approach, then approach, sales presentation, and follow-up. This is how personal selling is being done. And generally people like to think for themselves and understand the products at their pace, have second opinions, and look at options before buying. So before buying any product, they need to know the second option and be respected for their views. So you should always remember, a good salesperson must be sensitive to the reality of the situation and adjust. They should understand the empathies. They should understand and should empathize with the customers. That is very important. Not sympathize. They should empathize with the customers and be very reliable, be very friendly, and meaning as well. Um, that is what is you need to be, and demand services from organizations on behalf of the customers. So there you have merchandising, that is the activity that takes place within the unit are called merchandising. Remember, tourism service provider has opportunity for merchandising. So merchandising depends upon the display of skills and materials, and it should be done before the tour commences. So there we have done all this, like geography, marketing, market segmentation, market research, importance of promotion in marketing, different ways of promotion, plan and evaluate promotional program. So thank you all of you. Like before I conclude, there is a small video, I think 3 minutes, I wanted to show and conclude that you should always remember that tourism in any country strives on clean city, and tourism is a necessary trade, and tourism is also an essential trade, and travel makes one modest. You see what a tiny place you occupy in the world. Okay, there are lot to say, and you should always remember, whenever you visit, you learn something. Okay, so that was the end of the PPT, but before I conclude, I would like to show you uh, uh, video. Okay, just I'll just show this 2 minutes video and I will conclude that. 1 minute. It's a 2 minutes video. I just wanted to conclude showing that video. 1 minute. It's about Yeah, it's welcome to India. A small video, it's a 2 minutes video.
While mastering Microsoft Power BI is a great investment for job professionals.
This is the Lotus Temple. Okay, so that was all. Okay. So thank you. Thank you.